Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Grand Summoners. In this video, this is going to be some tips for new players on what to do to farm their units. As you know, if you go to your unit, there's like a compendium that you can do to get rewards like alch, crystals, and even luck gems, which luck gems is pretty much the important aspect of the game. Now, in the previous video that I have in the channel, I said to farm where to farm your units. You usually go to the side story, which is Juno's Knights of Blood. Yeah, Knights of Blood Part 2. Usually I mentioned to farm it in story chapter 1, right? But however, you're only able to take 4 units, obviously, because that's the max you can take per quest. However, there was someone that reached out, and it was a long time ago, and I never reached back out to him, so shout out to him or her. Just shout out to the person, right? And really helpful tip for everybody is the cross battle in the tutorial. So you go to training here and do cross battles. You're able to take 8 units at a time, as you can see, and then from here you can basically farm your units, right? However, what I recommend is probably putting 2 units. Like, they don't have to have like 0 quests. It could be, you can already have their luck gems, as like for Jay, for example. Jay basically 1952 quests, so he's like literally there to give me another luck gem. However, I'm gonna keep him and Miu in there just because they are able to arch gen and they're able to do burst, right? So I'll keep those 2. Now I have 4, 5, 6. I have 6 slots to get luck gems, so that's an extra 2, right? And you can just keep farming. There's no issues, right? So the cross battle isn't really hard. You actually just have 1 good unit. Maybe you have Wargoth Finn, or maybe you have what's Roy, the new Roy, or any other unit you think that will be able to sustain. Because this guy is pretty easy. He doesn't fight back, right? He doesn't fight back whatsoever. So you're able to just farm and farm and farm and farm and farm. So really, all this video is gonna be about, right? Just that we're able to farm. I didn't know about this, right? So I just found it out, I think, on Friday. Also, if I sound a little smudgy or a little sick, because I am, because my brother got me sick. Now I'm back to being sick again after a while of being okay-ish. Now I'm back to being sick. And as you can see here, we beat the quest, and it does stack up. So what I mean by that is that you do get like a clear quest, so there's no issues there. So like 1953, right? I had 1952. So yes, the quest does stack, because there's some quests that won't go into the clear for compendium. I forgot which ones are. There's some. I could be wrong though, you know. And then also we have, if you look in mail, we have Shangri-La coming in soon. So Shangri-La is a pretty good collab. You get very like fantastic units. If I go to my unit box, I have everybody, and I'm really happy. I have Sonraku, I have Pentagon, and I have Tiger Zero, not to mention Oikatsu or Okotsu. So in my opinion, the best one is probably, it depends on what your box is for your units. If you have like light units, then definitely Tiger Zero. However, if you're trying to build that fire unit team, definitely you want Sonraku. That's if you have like the rest of the units, right? Sonraku is really good. Tiger Zero is really good. Pentagon, by the way, you can make these units luck 120, as you can see here, luck 120. So you're able to do that, right? But really, luck 120 should be the units that you favor, you know, or maybe use this one, that game breaking unit that will help you out a lot. So there's that. So do what you can, right? Okotsu isn't really the craziest units that you can have. Okotsu is just basically how do I say this? Being nice. He's an okay unit. By the way, it's a he, not a she. However, there is that reduces magic res by like 150%. So that's pretty disgusting. Obviously, it relies on his HP at 80% or more. So we'll see what they do. But Tiger Zero is basically a overall great unit. Gives you that defense, or not defense, negates damage, increases damage, and you're able to ignore enemies' defense. Not to mention the multiplier on her super art is pretty crazy. Again, it's only like once, I think. Yeah, it's only once, but like still it's disgusting. You're able to pop her out. Then Sanraku is over here, pretty much work off in, except more so on the debuff, right? Yeah, it's more so on the debuffs. So Sanraku is pretty good if you don't have work off in. However, know that he does better in the mono fire team. You can put him in any team, but really he shines in mono fire. As for Pentagon, Pentagon's my favorite unit. She is by far a very good unit for break and just overall damage, just because you can flip flop between a break, right, boost or a super art boost. So you're able to flip flop whichever one, and she does a big boy damage, or in this case, big girl damage. Also, if you pair up with Ilya, by the way, Ilya, OG Ilya, no, Chloe, OG Chloe, and Pentagon, they stack. So you have Chloe for like the break support, and you have Pentagon for another break. And then if you are able to do it, not only will you get 200 art gauge because of Chloe, you can actually reset your physical slot. So really broken. So yeah, that's the next collab that's coming in. Very happy. Like I said, it's not till like maybe 5 days, so you have time to summon, or you have time to save, I mean. So definitely for the meantime, do the cross battles, right? Do training, right? And go to cross battles, put 8 units, and make sure you have like units that you're able to clear it with, whatever, and just hope for the best, you know. Just farm as much as you can. So this, I didn't know this, and this is actually pretty helpful for newer players in case they have like a bunch of units they don't know what to do and they don't want to use it for some reason. You can do them there. That way you get free crystals, you get alch, and you get luck gems, which luck gem is pretty much the most abundant currency unless you're willing to spend money. There is a $99 one, so well, it's probably like $110 with tax, but yeah, you get 225 crystals, like you got 30 luck gems. So I'm probably gonna buy it. Probably, maybe not. I'm not sure. I would have bought it by now, but it's like 100. I don't know. With that $100, I could buy myself food, and I want food in me. But yeah, hopefully that helps everybody out. Remember, you have 5 days to just like farm, you know, do the best you can, and just hope for the best. You know, good luck in your polls. Remember, it's training. I'm gonna repeat one more time. It's training, then cross battles. You slap in 8 units. You probably want to slap 1 unit that will do the most damage, and just keep that unit in. And just recycle the other 7, and then when you're done with those 7, you can swap them out for another one, and another 7, and another 7. That way you farm all that you can. So do what you can. You know, there's no rush. There's no harm. This game is fun. You know, there's also I completely ignored it. There's also the ruins. So there's earth ruins, water ruins, and fire ruins, or in this case inferno, aqua, and forest ruins. So, but do keep in mind that these 3 are very specific. You can only complete them with the specific units or specific elements. I mean, so like fire units only, it states right there. Water units only, it states right there. Earth units only, it's in the name. So there's a ton of things for you guys to do to try to get some good equips, because this is where you get the earth relics, water relics, and fire relics, and that's how people are able to clear like harder stage, because they have like all the relics. Not saying that they're must-haves, but it's just nice to have them because they give that extra niche, you know. So there's a ton of things to do. There's a ton of training or grinding for everybody to do. You do have raids, and something about raids is that I lost. Something about raids is that they have an equip. If I go to rewards, I believe. Oh no, exchange. My bad. If I go to exchange, we have a 4-star magic. Reduces time boss fire resistance by 50% for 8 seconds. However, I believe I have the evolution of it. It's a 4-star magic. Here it is. So I have this 50% for 8 seconds. So it's not the greatest. If you have farm Delta's hairpiece, so reduces giant boss fire resistance by 20% for 10 seconds. So I believe these two stack. So I highly suggest, if you have deltas, hairpiece, like maybe 2 or 3 copies, you farm the Manigate, right? The little feather thing you get from the raid. I highly suggest you farm like maybe 2 or 3 of these, because these, I believe they stack. So I could be wrong. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not the brightest in this game, so keep in mind. So I highly suggest you farm 2 or 3, right, of the raid equip, and then if you have 2 or 3 of the deltas equip, you should be fine. That'll actually lower a lot of fire res. So I highly suggest you do that for your raids. And I'm getting very sidetracked here, because I was only gonna talk about the cross battles, but since I missed out a lot, we also have Roy's chapter, and in his chapter we get a pretty good shield. By the way, farm, which again I always say this, is farm what you can, you know, get all the materials, get all the limit break items, because you most likely need it if you're a new player. Veterans, I probably have a lot, but you know, you can never have too much, right? So now we have the armor, right? The 5-star armor that Roy has. So if you click on it, it's pretty good. It reduces all water and dark damage taken by 30% for 12 seconds. Increases all allied skill CT speed by 30% for 12 seconds. So it's on a 40-second cooldown. However, because it's able to reduce all allies water and dark damage by like 30% for 12 seconds, that's still pretty good. Again, the cooldown for 40 seconds is not the greatest, but it is a very good defense equip if you don't have any other better one, right? You get that water damage and the dark damage taken down. So that's a plus. 30% for either one is pretty good. So you can use it, and you can actually use it for anything that involves water or dark, right? So very good equip, and that skill CT speed by increases by 30%. That's still pretty good. In my opinion, that's pretty good. So not only do you get the skill CT, if you're able to play it right, if you're able to play it right, this equip would be very helpful for anybody really, whether they're veterans, new players. You know, the more equips, the better, because you can have all the greatest units, but if you don't have like the equips, it's kind of like because if I look at I have a ton, right? I have a ton of equips. I have a ton, right? And most of the times I'm getting carried by the equips. Sometimes the units, but mostly from the equips. So I highly suggest you do. There's a lot of things to do, right? You shouldn't really be bored. This game is great. I love the game. I do have fun. But right now I'm just basically farming the cross battles. I'm farming the ruins. I'm trying to farm the raids and the story, because I want to get another of the 5-star shield. So there's a lot to do. There's a ton to do, right? So really, you shouldn't really be stressed out on what to do next. You know, just take your time. You know, do what you can. You know, you want to farm the story first and get it over with. I highly suggest you do that. Or you want to get the raids over with, so you get the equips. Go for it. Or you know, maybe you're done with both. You know, you want to farm your units. You know, to get more crystals, to get more alch. Boom, cross battle. And really, shout out to the person who mentioned it in the previous. It's been a long time. I had to go through my comment section from like a past video. I was like, I never responded to this. I never did. So I'm very sorry. But really, huge shout out to that person. I'll probably crop a picture in the video. So if you see it, shout out to that person. But that person probably wants to be kept hidden. So I don't know. I'll probably keep it hidden. I'm just gonna, if that person wants to be mentioned, you know who he is. And I appreciate the support. I appreciate the tips, you know, because I also try to give tips, but this guy was ahead of me. He was ahead of me by a long shot. So shout out to that guy or girl. Just shout out to the person, right? But really, I hope this video helped you guys out. Again, there's a ton of things to do. You have 5 days to farm, to get whatever you need, to get crystals so you can summon, right? We do have the tickets, so best of luck to the tickets. We also have the story chapter. We have the raids. By the way, you do get rewards from the raids. And also something, god dang, I completely forgot. And it's something that I keep beginning to do. So this is mainly for new players, because I know veterans or people that have been playing the game for a while now, they're probably really just used to it. So for people that have played the game for a very long time, they don't really worry about it. However, for new players, right? So you have two options, right? You have a chance to start a raid, or you have an option to join a raid. If you join a raid, you shouldn't really worry about what you have, because most likely the boss is probably gonna be nuked by like players that have everything basically. So, but you shouldn't be afraid to join, right? Because it's better to join, right, someone's raid than to not do raids at all, because you're wasting valuable time to get resources and materials. And because you do get, obviously there's the exchange shop like I mentioned, but there's also rewards that you can get, right? A lot of rewards. Obviously the more you do, the less rewards you get, but nonetheless you want to get the rewards, right? And then let's say you want to start a raid, right? You can start one, you know, let's just start this. So I'm gonna start it. I'm not gonna be worried about the unit. I'm pretty sure I'm stuck with the units I chose for the raid. So you can choose raid. But let's say you died, right? You can actually click SOS. So click everybody, friends. So boom, SOS, send help requested. And then either someone's gonna come in and help you out really quick, most likely some veterans, or maybe some of your friends in your friends list. But really, you just want to do what you can. Like, see, I don't even have any of the units that I would regularly take for a quest like this, right? This is pretty much random, right? And most likely you're able to either beat the boss, or maybe you're not. In case you don't, that's perfectly fine. You have a chance to send out an SOS thing, so make sure you do that. Make sure you just do what you can. And I know raids is kind of weird because it's not as good, or it's not as easy as if you were just to do multiplayer, right? Because some people, maybe they're just too afraid to ask for help, or maybe they're just too afraid to ask or to go for a raid alone, right? But that's basically it, right? That's basically the whole point of this video. So like I mentioned before, we have a chance to do, or if you want to do cross battles with farming units to get a compendium, boom. You want to farm the story, boom, there's a good equip there, I highly suggest. You want to farm raids, boom, raid has a pretty good equip that stacks with the Emblems of Shadows equip. Actually, yeah, Emblems of Shadows still here, so you're able to farm the equip here, and just hope that you can get it, right? Or not hope that you can get it, just hope that you can get the full exchange, because it's pretty worth it. Honestly, there's a lot. So there's a lot for you guys to do. There's a lot of things to talk about, but I hope this video will help you guys out. I know I jump back and forth a lot, I know I stutter a lot, but really all I'm trying to do is just help everybody out, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys support. But nonetheless, guys, I really do appreciate you guys, and I just hope you guys take care of yourself, have a good weekend, and just stay safe, stay blessed, and stay humble. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later. Alright, bye bye.